Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to the Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series about being a benevolent ruler in a benevolent society. Here are the rules and goals for our society, and some of the projects that you have voted on that I'm working on to make the society more prosperous and well protected. Picking up from last episode, we had just finished up the monument here that makes Bubbaloo a count. This episode, I'm hoping to continue progress on the defenses and the Godswood. Those are my personal two hopeful goals for us to work on. I'm gonna get some additional hunting done. So, picking up where we left off, I am going to have an immediate high need of granite. So I'm going to send 0 to mine the non-overhead mountain granite that I can. So I'm going to deprioritize construction and prioritize mining. And then once the granite is mined out, I am going to send my traders to deliver the charge rifles that we have as a quest. Another thing I need to do is fix this to not allow corpses. There we go. I also don't want to butcher any of the insects anymore because the wargs don't eat kibble. They only eat insect meat, or rather corpses and raw meat. And keeping the insects unbutchered like that will make it so that they have a source of food in emergency lockdown situations. We have some visitors from Rego of the Lake. Speaking of the visitors, because you trade with visitors, I should install the Psychic Reader and the Healing Enhancer in people that could use it. So, hi visitor. I wouldn't mind buying some of your tea and parting with some clothing to cover the cost of the trade. Perfect. So the Psychic Reader will be installed in Bubbaloo and the Healing Enhancer in Talon. The Healing Enhancer increases your natural rate of healing so that wounds heal faster, and the Psychic Reader makes you 50% better at negotiating for trades. Ooh, some Ervabum coming too. Alright. So here we go. Let's do the operation for the Healing Enhancer and the Psychic Reader. If Mathis would oblige. As you can see here, we're going to get plenty of granite for our walls. So Talon's been operated upon. Bubbaloo, you're still waiting. Mathis, guess what? You get to wake up and install the reader into Bubbaloo before. Well, my guess is the Everbums are going to leave before we're able to trade with them. But Poppy has an inspired trade, so let's burn it. Oh, no, actually, no, let's not burn it. Poppy and Chris will go to the trade fulfillment. I'll send them instead of Fustopia and Shay. Alright, Shay, speaking of which, you're on your feet. Let's trade with Ervabum if we can quickly. You're the only one conscious right now. Antibiotics, medicine, pack of survival meals. I'll take some pack of survival meals. And we'll trade off some of the... Well, that's way more than you can afford. Close enough. Yanshui, actually, could you... I know you planted half that field, or more than half, but let's switch over to rice, because it's late in the season, and I don't think hops are going to be able to fully come into season. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the temperature to make sure that we don't run out of time to harvest all this Devil Strand as well. So it's 51 degrees now, but once it drops around freezing, we'll have to quickly harvest that field. So Zero's mining out. She is mining out the rest of the granite, and then the plan will be to send a trade caravan fulfilling the 2 charge rifles that I had. There we go. Don't really want a tree right in my doorway. So there's the last of the granite mining. So should be heading to the charge rifle. And hopefully this charge rifle is only good quality, and we'll trade the 2 charge rifles for the quest reward, selling to Holland to get gold. Luckily for me, gold is not that heavy compared to uranium or plasteel, so we'll have a lot of other capacity for trade. Let's go ahead and expand and extend the security walls out a little bit further. That way the uranium slug turrets can operate at maximum length, at maximum range. The large nature shrines don't have a qualifier, or a quality qualifier, meaning that it doesn't really matter who makes them, just that they get made. So there's our charge rifle. It's only good quality. That's fine. We're going to send 4 pods. So we decided that Shay... No, who is it? Poppy and Chris. Poppy and Chris with all of the hauling animals. We'll go with 300 kibble, pack of survival meals, and regular meals that don't spoil in time. Let's bring all of the leathers that we don't need. This will be a big trade run. We'll bring 27 or 29 ambrosia, so we just have 1 stack left. The grand statues, a double bedroll. We'll probably go through, let's see, shirts. Eltec vests we could get rid of because we're wearing armors now. Eltec's helmets, same deal. Royal robes, same deal. And of course the charge rifles. I mean, there's no point in going without the charge rifles. Okay, so there is our trade. I'm going to set everybody to haul at top priority so that we get this loaded up quickly. Poppy and Chris, what are you guys waiting on? They're waiting on each other. Guys. Oh, and Vriss. And he's being carried by Shay. Okay. There, we're all set. Launch group. Generate the planet, and we're going to launch to Holland. So the reason I sent so much more than the trade goods is there's 1, 2, 3, 4 trade opportunities on the way home. So we're going to fulfill the trade order. Quest completed. Got a bunch of gold here. And then let's go ahead and use Shay or Poppy's trade inspiration, which is giving her a crazy amount of negotiation, to Manhunter Paul's, a neurotrainer in melee, to get us in a really wonderful deal here, as you can see. All right, we have to buy some other stuff. What else can we buy? A bunch of components, advanced components. I don't have to spend everything here, but let's do Insanity Lance, Shock Lance. All right, that's pretty good. Accept and return. I will stop by the other 4 trade opportunities on my way home, and if I need to send them silver, I can. Or trade off some of the gold, because I have a big bucket of gold to potentially barter with as well. So that was very lucrative. Happy about that. Anima tree linking is ready for Irvinath, but not Talon. So this is going to be sort of my defensive walls, and then I'll put a rehabilitation facility in the middle here. Actually, I'm going to raise this up a bit. There we go. Ain't the prettiest, but it will be our defenses. A lot of this construction project will get broken down and replaced. Which means we do have a demand for granite cut blocks. So let's reduce the hauling queue. Faustopia, you're going to stay our hauler, I think, because you've got your fast walker. I should really give you bionic legs to match your fast walking. I don't think these back walls are going to be doubled, actually, upon further examination. I'm not going to do that, just so that it could be more easily doored. Alright, so Chris and Poppy heading to additional towns for trade. We've got about 2,000 spending money. They don't have any side trainers I particularly care about. The Architect arm would be phenomenal, but I don't have the money for it. Unless I sell some gold. How much gold would I need to part with? Alright, I'll do it, I guess. Let's keep trading. Oh, the next town is called Ludion. That's pretty funny. Looks like our supply of steel is dwindling a little bit as well. Have to keep an eye on that. It would help if I had... Oh, Blue, let's have you craft as a priority. Making our chem fuel and smelting steel and cutting blocks. You may be the illustrious Count with royal titles, but you're still just Babaloo to the rest of us. Happy helper. And I put him on manual labor and he immediately goes to sleep. Perfect. So here's another town. They don't have any Psi trainers. The Psi trainers are more likely to be found at royal installations anyway. So let's keep moving. There's nothing. There was a L-Tech shirt that I kind of wanted, but not enough to, you know, not enough to send silver over for trade. I'm not going to sweat it that much. A vast monument. Empire Spirit wants us to build another massive monument, which will consist of 1,700 stony. Man, that is... Gives us the tech prints that we don't have, the 2 left. Neural computation and poison synthesis. How long do I have to decide? Expires in 2 days. Construction completed within 42. And this is 13 days. Ooh. Well, my goal... I'm going to have to say no. Unless, of course, I can break this down early. So, breaking this down early, my relations falls by 10 with Empire of Spirit. Which does not put us into a... Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to accept it because I'd like to finish the research tree. And poison synthesis and neural computation are the last 2. Which means making a minor enemy out of... not an enemy, but disappointing Empire Spirit a little bit by breaking down their monument, only to erect a new one. Just because I simply don't think that there's capacity for 2 monuments at once. That's just too much. Okay, so here's some guests. And Bubbaloo is going to go trade with him once he's awake. Yanshui still trimming the trees, making sure that we've got enough wood for our chem fuel. Alright, so Bubbaloo's has a little bit of additional negotiation ability because of the psychic reader that he's got installed in him. I'll share some beers with friends. Traded with them just in time. They're already leaving. Alright, animatree linking is ready for Talon. So let's get Talon to begin the linking ritual. His needs are all basically met. So that allows him the 6-hour linking ceremony to begin. Our traders are heading to the last town on the last stop. She got a shoot frenzy. And I lost some of my batteries charge due to a feedback. Didn't actually burn the brewery, which is good though. So the vast monument expires in 2 days. I want... Okay. Talon has leveled up. Got Smoke Pop Strikecast. I'm going to wait as long as I can to accept the new monument. So here we go, the last town on our trip home. And they've got neurotrainers, but no Psi trainers. Yeah, we'll just move on. Come on home. so we have a lot of projects in the works. Oh, we have been caravan ambushed by Night Fiends. Unfortunately for the Night Fiends, 2 capable shooters against guys armed with a revolver and a club. It's not going to be much of a fight. Alright, let's focus fire on the clubber, because I don't want to get bashed. And now they're fleeing. Sorry, Slick. I don't much like getting ambushed on the road. Alright, so let's reform caravan. Taking the extra survival meals, because why not? I'm gonna leave their clothing and everything. I don't care to strip them. But alright, caravan battle 1, no problem. Alright, so 0 is cranking out incendiary shells, and another thing I want to work on is some additional sniper rifles to make us better protected against centipedes. So Poppy and Chris are home with all of their trade goods. There's some Psycast stuff on these guys and an Architect arm. So the Architect arm could be used in Talon to better brawl. I think that's probably the best use of the Architect arm, or in 0 for better manipulation and construction. Given that I have one of the goals, just to splash up the goals, to make anti-mech weapons and armor, anti-mech bionics and Architect, I would say, is also in line. Basically, the goal is to protect myself against mechs, and having a brawler with a Architect arm fits the bill pretty well. Alright, so the animals are already set back to grazing, and Poppy and Chris are sharing the same bed. Perfect. Alright, 0. You don't have anything to smith or tailor right now? Is this true? Yeah, it seems to be true. Okay. So if that's the case, I did mention I wanted the sniper rifles. Oh, well, we don't have enough chem fuel for the incendiary shells. But let's get some additional sniper rifles. So the sniper rifles are probably the safest tool to use against centipedes. And given the amount of centipedes that we seem to find ourselves faced off with, they're my go-to. Some ick. Empire Spirit saying, hey, deal with all these mechs. A mech cluster will give you... No, we'll give you stuff I don't really care about. Not worth the risk. Pigs join. Ooh, well... man. And bisons have just gone mad. Okay, this is getting a little dangerous. Let's bring the bison to the what is left of the kill box, because it's getting redesigned. Oh, Vredog, don't fight for me, please. Animals to grazing. Don't fight Damien either. Alright, so Vredog. Yeah, you got headbutted, but it didn't get too bad. Chris, the War Master. Let's get you up here. Shay. I'm gonna want you as well. Okay, now we're ready. Evernath is like, oh, do not want. Okay, that was pretty straightforward. We're done. Well done, everyone. Good work. I want to not queue up too much else other than this sniper rifle so that we can make some good progress on the defenses that we want. And the Godswood, because those nature shrines take it a little bit of time. All these bison will supplement our food supplies. We have 73 granite left, but we have a lot of granite to be cut, so that's okay. Evernath, what if I made you craft over clean? Nope, hold up. Craft. There we go. Now we're talking. So the vast monument expires in 24 hours. I did say I was going to accept it literally at the last moment so that I can get more progress on other things first, and I intend to do just that. All right, free dog. All the animals here, well, most of the animals can go back to hauling. Who's animal handling? Faustupia. Have you slaughter some of the sow. Whatever they were. Sorry, piggies. I'm not a rancher. So we have a lot of projects in the pipe. We have potentially this monument, which I would want to accept for the remainder of my research, and for the plastic. We've got the defenses and the Godswood, and making better weapons against mechs. So, kind of a lot of projects, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to set up some additional shelving to have this be sort of like an impromptu armory. An armory goal never really got voted on. Not truly. But I could still set up some shelves. It's not that big of a stretch. And maybe I'll even swap the granite shelves that are built here for marble ones to free up some additional marble for construction. Or free up some additional granite, excuse me, for construction. A lot of people crafting, and Chris go back to construction. The Taskus trade expired, and the monument I will accept now. Pods arrived, the monument marker. This is sort of a space-dense monument. It almost looks like a spaceship. Or a giant tombstone. Oh boy, that's ominous. So these guys are working on the Godswood shrines, and not our defenses, and that's fine. As long as they're working, right? That looks like we are going to have a nice supply of cut stone for the defenses. Get some additional sniper rifles for anti-mech. Not the highest quality yet, but that's okay. We haven't broken down this at all. I do intend to build the monument down there. That's our sort of monument quarter. So here comes our first large nature shrine. And as you can see here, the psi focus gain rate I don't think is affected whether I make shrines or not, because the tree is still the better than the shrines. But the shrines are just for the Godswood. This was the wild card goal I was given. So although it's not benefiting, the it will beautify this area. And then eventually we'll wall it all up. Once all shrines are built. I'm just panning around, looking to see if there's things for me to do, resources for me to exploit. I guess there's some steel here for 0 to hit. That would be good. As you can see, we only have 300 steel, so we're quite low. And terrestrial steel is a lot faster than deep drilled steel. Plus, deep drilled steel has the risk of infestations. Speaking of deep drill, let's go make this deep drill a little bit more comfortable to work at in the future. I'm going to build a roof over it, so if it's raining, we don't get wet, and a light, so that if it's dark, and because of the roof, we still work at full speed. Alright, so these shelves here are going to be for weapons. I'm actually going to break down the granite ones and replace them with marble ones. It will match better, and then we need the granite for defenses anyway, so I might even consider breaking down the other granite shelves that I've got over here, replacing with marble. If we need it, we'll see. Okay, so our steel's definitely going to climb back up. 2 of the additional nature shrines are getting pretty close to completion, and then this west wall is done as well. What I'm going to do here is also run a limestone barricade along the wall. It's not actually for protection, it's to keep enemies away from hugging the wall, so that when turrets fire at the enemies, they don't damage the wall as much, which is important. You don't want to blow up your wall and then offer an enemy a shortcut, in other words. Okay, so some of the new defenses are getting constructed. Yeah, I'm gonna reroute this again. Just one lower. Not that huge of a difference. Right, let's get the rest of this node mined out. Curious about my home zones. Yes. So home zones should indeed include the length of this and then where the barricades will eventually go. So we're almost done over there. That's great. I haven't even touched this monument here. I'm almost tempted to... Yeah. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to have to throw together the next monument quickly. I'm going to keep this for the remainder of the 8.5 days, and then construct the new one. So it'll be a little challenging, but I'm up for it. So the vast monument will have to be constructed in 31 days rather than 42. Deal. Challenge accepted. Oh, another thing I ought to do is in here remove really all the roof. There we go. project's ready for some additional work. But I think they're going to be working on the Godswood first, which I'm fine with. So we have 2 more monuments over there. And then we have the Godswood retaining wall as well. Far less important, but still something to be done. The animal hauling zone is going to need to be rezoned. Not allowing them into the kill box anymore. The bill for the sniper rifles are done. That means Zero gets to help construct, possibly. And then the animal grazing zone, again, same deal. Please stay out of the kill box. So Zero should be, yep, helping to construct. Great. More hands to make this quicker. Gonna force destroy some of this just so that we have an easier time of moving about. Now, some of the limestone barricades are also getting constructed. I like the contrast colors between those two. It's kind of nice. So this widens out so that we can have some additional turrets. It should be totally fine. Another thing I'm going to need to do is to run my power a little bit differently. Let's go. Yeah. Build that for now. What I'll want to do is concrete here to here, here to here, and then remove this from the animal grazing and hauling zones as well, so that the animals don't romp on it. The ever-shrinking grazing zone, yes, I know, but it keeps the animals safe in the long run. Alright, so we have 3/4 of the nature shrines constructed. Anima grass is getting replaced. Seven and a half days left on that monument. And winter has officially begun. I'll have to keep a close eye. Actually, you know what? I think we're beyond sowing. I'm going to harvest as much as I can out of here, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of time left. So, Yanshui, we're going to have drink some tea and go for it. Usually at the start of the winter I get some sort of cold snap, and I'd rather hit the double strand now than wait. Just a little wake up and we'll get that constructed. Or harvested, I should say. Because there'd be about a little bit over, maybe like 1,500 double strand that I'd miss out on if I didn't do this. How's my granite supplies looking? Okay. Now I could still have a unpowered loop to allow me to remotely be able to control my turrets and whether they're powered or not. Oh, I accidentally broke down a turret. Oh, why'd I do that? Not me to do that. But actually, turrets shouldn't be made out of, Uh-oh. I thought I removed all the roof. No, I did not remove the roof over here. Turrets shouldn't be made out of uranium anyway. Now, plasteel is the preferred material. In one of the latest updates, they've made plasteel inflammable. Cannot be set on fire. So, it's better. So just getting this concreted up, and then I can start placing turrets. And then I also need a habitation rehabilitation facility. Oh man, tongue twister. Which means essentially a hospital prison. You know, like this. Oh, that actually dropped on us, didn't it? Almost caught our neck pretty severely. I gotta be careful about those. But that's the real utility of these incendiary ID trap things, is you could do a lot of damage by dropping a roof on someone, right? Okay, so we'll get the cabling up, and then the idea is to put the beacon. I guess I didn't really need to deconstruct the beacon, but the orbital trade beacon at the end of the kill box, like around here. And that way, if we get a drop pod attack that targets the beacon, the drop pod attack won't. The drop pod attack, you know, will land all the way out here where it is relatively safe. So get that constructed, and then maybe create roofing over the length of the defenses to remove trees and the like, and then also have more dead roof collapse traps and the like. All pretty functional defenses. So a lot of these uranium turrets probably need to be broken down in lieu of plasteel ones. I'm not going to stress about that just yet. Still have a lot more work to go. So here's Chris the War Master trying to get a path up and the cabling up. Good. Still don't have the last nature shrine, but I'm patient. And then what's important is that the cables carry power so that the beacon is powered on and therefore valid to be dropped upon. And it is, as you can see. Okay. Well, that is pretty good progress. Animal hauling will no longer be allowed along the cemented strip here. Actually, you know what? I will allow them because this is probably just not going to be home zone. We won't aim to clean it. I just want to keep the animals away from the traps. That's probably the most important thing. So if I said build roof, let's see how many columns I need to make sure that we get a roof over here. And the purpose of the roof is you move slower in the dark. And then it also prevents trees from being able to be grown, which will keep raiders having a lot less functional cover when attacking us. It's like natural defoliant if it has no sunlight. Well, guys, that is about all the time I have for this episode. As you can see, the defenses are coming together, and the Godswood's coming together. We made some additional weapons for protection, so a lot of these goals are being worked on, and I plan on continuing to work on them. If you have any feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. All of my patrons, if you have goals or rule changes to propose for the next poll, just let me know. I'd be happy to incorporate them in the next poll. Just drop me a line on Discord. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Farewell, friends.